Now that father wondering how his teenager got her hands on the gun.
And that question leads to a lot of other concerns, like could someone be arrested if the gun that Jenna used should have been locked up? 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne is here now with some of those answers tonight. Kyle?
Well, Brian and Denise, gun laws in general can be a touchy topic, especially when it comes to the Second Amendment. But adding the unthinkable death of a 17-year-old adds an entirely new dimension when we're talking about firearms. First things first, it's illegal for a child under 18 to have a gun in the first place, with certain exceptions for hunting or a firing range. Therefore, it's illegal for someone to aid a child in having a gun, making it a C-level felony if a person, quote, knows or has reason to know that there is substantial risk that the child will use the firearm to commit a violent act. An adult who locks his or her gun in a secure container or a location a reasonable person would have believed it to be secure won't be charged with a crime. Then, if someone negligently leaves a firearm in a location considered to be under that person's control and knows or has reason to know a child may get their hands on that gun, it's a misdemeanor. Now, our reporting on this story telling us that this young woman was an A student and gave no advance notice that she might take or use the gun. And if that statute, in some cases a parent or a step-parent, says left their gun out and they didn't know or have reason to know their child might take it or use it, there may be no crime and certainly no serious crime.
All right, so for Kyle, you've got a legal background on this. In a case like this, where the young woman's stepfather is in law enforcement, are there different rules or restrictions or guidelines for storing their weapon?
Sometimes yes and sometimes no. Let's use the hypothetical of a police officer leaving his gun on his nightstand and then his kid takes it.
Right.
Then a police department would look at the reasonableness of the situation, and there's a lot of gray area there. So I think the question of whether that officer would get charged with a gun or be disciplined is somewhere in the gray area of whether they should have known or actually knew.
Okay, more in the coming days.
And it's very sad.
Thanks, Kyle.